Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a matching earring to go with this bracelet. And I did a tutorial for this yesterday. I will link it in the description box below. It is made using Bargain Bead Box supplies mostly. There are a few things here from my own stash, but for the most part, this is the Bargain Bead Box April edition. So that's what we're going to be making the earrings for. Here is the earring that we're going to be doing. And I'm just going to make the matching one here today and show you how to do it if you want to make it as well. So it goes really well with this bracelet. So this is super easy to do. What you're going to need is a piece of 1mm leather. Okay, I didn't say in this video that it was 1mm leather, and I forgot to say that, and I should have. So I did add it in the description box later, but 1mm leather is what you're going to need. And I have a piece here that is approximately, let me see how long this is, 6 inches long. Okay. So 1mm leather, you're going to need you're going to need double of everything I'm telling you. Obviously, I've already made the one, so I'm just using one. But you're going to need the butterfly bead. And what I've done is just created a little dangle using the tiny little amethyst rondelles and the head pin that they supplied in the box this month. So there's a little dangle, and you're going to need to make one of those. You're going to need 2 of the purple, and I can never remember if these are quartz. They are quartz, purple quartz beads. You're going to need a couple of the ball spacer beads that they provided in the box this month. And then I have added in my own bumpy rondelle spacers. That's what these are. I don't have the tiny ones in the bracelet, but I ran out of the bigger ones, so I had to add something else in, and I ended up just finding some tiny ones that matched, but I don't think you can tell if they're not in there unless you really, really look. Okay, and then you're going to need some bead caps. Now the bead caps from the box, that's these, they work really well, but I ran out of them. I only have one left. So I had to pull some bead caps from my own stash, and that's these, and I think that they look pretty close, so I don't think anybody will know the difference unless they're really, really looking, like I said before. And you're going to need several of the jump rings from the box. You're going to need a fold over cord end. Now I have these available on my website if you are interested in those, but we're going to be putting the leather in there. And then I'm using a butterfly charm from my own stash. So actually I'm using 3 of these butterfly charms from my own stash. I added in a couple. I was really surprised they didn't put any butterfly charms in this box because they had the beads, but I did have these in my own stash, so we're going to use 3 of those. And I actually need to pull out 2 more, don't I? Because I've only got 1 laying out, which is a problem. So hold on, let me grab 2 more butterflies. Okay, sorry, I don't think I paused the video while I went and grabbed the butterflies, but anyway, I thought I did, but obviously I didn't. So here they are, 3 butterflies. All right, and you're going to need some E6000 glue. And I think that is everything that you're going to need. Oh, and an ear wire. I'm sorry, you're going to need one of the post ear wires from the box. That, I think, is everything that you're going to need. Okay, so let me put this stuff aside. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to string on our beads the way that we want them. So I'm going to do a bead cap and a quartz bead. I didn't have any trouble getting my beads to go on this leather. If you do, you can cut your leather at a point and make it like a sharper point, and then they would probably go on easier, but like I said, mine went on just fine. So I'm going to use the small rondelle bumpy spacer bead, and I'm just stringing them on in the same order as my other one. I'm just using it as a pattern right here. And we're going to do another one of these. Then we have a bead cap facing this way. And the reason I actually put some of these bead caps on here, of course I did put them around the quartz beads, But I also did this so when I put the butterfly on with the jump ring, it wouldn't go over top of the small spacer, because I think it probably would have. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll put our first little butterfly on. You want to make sure with these butterflies that you put them on facing the right direction, because there is a front and a back if you are using the same butterflies that I am. If not, you can use anything. I mean, you don't have to even put these butterflies on there if you don't want to. You could just make the earring with the little butterfly bead there and you'd still be good to go. It would still match. Okay, I'm going to do this large bumpy rondelle spacer. And then we've got our little purple butterfly dangle. Let's put him on. The tools that I'm using are Xuron tools. I get them from Amazon, and everybody always asks me. I do have a blog where I have a lot of my favorite Amazon products, and there are links on there. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so if you use my link, I get a small commission. It doesn't cost you any more to use it. It's just like if you searched Amazon yourself and bought it, it's not going to cost you any extra, but it gets me a small commission and helps my channel. So if you're interested in doing that, I will link my blog below, and you could, if you want to buy the tools, you could use those links, and it would help my channel. So if you do that, thank you in advance. All right, now we're putting on another bead cap, another small bumpy spacer, another large rondelle, another small bumpy spacer, another bead cap in the quartz bead, and our final bead cap. Okay, so here's what we've got. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line these up here, the two ends of my leather, and scoot this down and around so it's even, just like that. And then I'm just going to tie knots at the ends here of where my beads are, okay? Now this doesn't have to be perfect, and you can have a little bit of extra space. You don't want your beads to be, you know, so crowded in there that there's no movement, so don't do that, but just tie your knots so there's a little, your beads have a little room to move, but they're not flowing around too loosely. Okay. All right. So there that is, and I tend to stretch mine, just take it and kind of stretch it out here a little just to make sure that it's not too tight. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our cord end. Now, I want the solid side to be facing the front because I'm going to glue my butterfly on there. So I'm going to turn this over so it's the back. I'm going to lay my cord, my leather in there, and I kind of like to grab it right here with my fingernail and hold it on this little tab piece that's behind there. It just helps me to be able to keep everything held in place. And I'm going to scoot it down just a tad, maybe just a tad bit more. Okay. Now you want this to be even, so just try to make sure that your knots are even and everything, and then you're just going to take your pliers and fold this right over. Okay, just fold it over and flatten it out gently, and then turn it around and do the same with the other side. Okay, and that's what you should have, just like that. All right, now if you find that one side's in a little more, you can kind of tug on it. It doesn't really have to be exactly perfect. I mean, it's, you know, when you've got them on, they're going to hang, they're going to move around and hang, you know, anyway. So, okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to trim these pieces of leather right here, just like that. And here's what we've got. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my jump ring and my ear wire on. So you want to make sure your ear wire is facing front. Just go ahead and put this on. Close it up really good. I didn't close my other one up really good, apparently. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. Oh, and my ear wire came right out. I don't know what just I did there, but okay, it's closed up. Now you're going to take your butterfly. You don't have to trim this loop off, but I like to because I just think it looks weird on there. So just carefully trim this loop off. Okay. And if this is sharp, you can take a fingernail file and file it down if you want. I usually just take my cutters and kind of trim around on it, and it's okay, just like that. Okay. And then you're just going to take your E6000 glue. And let me get some good glue out, because this is an old tube. I have some newer tubes, but I don't want to open them up if there's still anything usable in this one. So I just keep cleaning the end of it out. But it is kind of gummy. All of it's kind of gummy, but that's okay. All right, and then I'm just going to put my glue on here. Position my little butterfly. And just press that down and let it dry. And when it dries, you will have your earrings, okay? Just a cute little pair of butterfly earrings. And I think they match this bracelet perfectly. Let me move this stuff out of the way. And we'll put the bracelet in. So there they are. I think it's a really cute set. I love this month's box. I thought it was really, really pretty. If you're interested in subscribing to the Bargain Bead Box, I have a coupon code. It is Wendy2. I will put all the links in the description box below. Bargain Bead Box is $17.95 a month shipped to your door. So it's a great, great deal, I think. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're subscribed to my channel and you haven't hit the bell, you need to hit the bell so you get notified when I upload, because I upload a lot. And I'll be uploading even more now that I'm not working. So this will be my full-time job. So I will be uploading quite a bit. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.